Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So apparently you can take the Trump out of the White House, but you can't take the COVID denying bigots out of this country, unfortunately. So here's the deal. Here's why I say that. A Mexican restaurant named Picos in Houston, Texas, says that after Governor Greg Abbott announced that he was removing the statewide mask mandate, their restaurant chose to continue with their mask requirement for diners and for their employees while indoors. And according to Abbott's announcement, that was their right. It was totally within their right to do that because Abbott stated that he would allow individual restaurant owners to decide if staff and customers would be required to continue wearing them. Well, Trump supporters apparently didn't read the full announcement and get the memo because they became irate when the restaurant asked them to wear a mask. And not only did they berate the staff, but they threatened to call the immigration department and have them deported. The owner says that they've received threats via email, by phone, online, of course, by people in the restaurant. And this isn't the only restaurant reporting this exact type of treatment. The co-owner of a Houston restaurant called Cantina Barba said that they've been targeted with similar threats throughout COVID, throughout this entire past year. He said, quote, "I had one guy just stand there and berate one of my bartenders and tell her, 'You're an absolute idiot. You don't know what you're doing. If you think these masks are going to save your life, you're stupid.'" Oy vey. Yeah. I know who the stupid one is in that conversation, and it's not the bartender. But here's the thing. I know that not every Trump voter or Trump supporter is an anti-masker or COVID denier. I know that because I know some of them. I also know that every anti-masker and COVID denier is a Trump supporter. And why? Because he politicized this. He politicized this from the beginning, and he convinced a great number of his supporters that the virus isn't real, masks and stay-at-home orders were unnecessary, they were just being used to hurt his election. And we know from video evidence, from reports, that many of his supporters have died as a result. And those who survived, like everyone else who survived COVID, will be left with long-term health issues. It just shows what a sick, twisted individual he really is. He would literally allow people to die just to win. That's who he is. And the fact that so many Republicans bent the knee and refused to vote to convict him after what he did leading up to and on January 6th, it just shows how sick they are. It just shows they're just craven bastards. They don't give a shit about anyone or anything other than their own power. It's just vile. If you're out there and you think that masks don't work, if you think that COVID is a joke, I have news for you. I know many people who have contracted COVID, and they were being careful. They wore masks, they did what they needed to do, but unfortunately, because of their jobs and being exposed to the public, they contracted COVID. And it was horrific for some of them. And they were very scared for their lives. And for anybody who thinks that masks don't work in general, that's just simply not true. Scientifically, it has been proven that they work. I also, as I've mentioned on the show before, I have extended family in Japan. They didn't even have to do a mask order. Their citizens just actually give a damn about other people, and they don't want to get sick themselves. So they just all wore masks without it being mandated. And guess what? When we had hundreds of thousands of deaths in the United States from COVID, they had about 1,000. They had about 1,000 deaths and very few cases. So yeah, they do work. And for those of you who are still out there saying I'm wrong, well, Ken and Karen, I don't know what to tell you. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk with you soon. Take care.